Hey guys, what's happening? It's Luke here. Just got off the night shift and I'm home here in the garage. I thought I'd do another continuation video from our ZX12 build here. I know I've already built it, but I'm going to show you what I did here as far as my hitch went. I make my own. I know you can buy some real nice ones. They got Midwest Super Cubs got some real nice ones for sale and real fancy looking. Personally, I'm sort of against fancy looking. I'm not a real shiny kind of guy, I guess you'd say. It's not really about the money per se. It's more fun for me to make stuff myself. I'm capable of doing it, so I do it. And this is actually fairly simple to do. As you can see there, all I did, two pieces of 2x2x1/4 angle iron. And I've used 3/4 inch threaded rod. And my actual hitch piece here is the piece of 1/2 x 4 or whatever it was. Torch out a sort of 1/2 or 3/4 circle for where the hook goes. Then it's fully adjustable. Let me just get a tape measure here. Get an idea of how big it is, because I can't recall off the top of my head, but there it is there, about 7 inches wide. Weigh about 9 inches, 9 inches high altogether. Well, in the league I run in most of the time, they allow us a 16-inch maximum hitch height, which is quite high. I've tried it at that height, and on a loose track it works okay. It's not bad. But on a tight track, that's too high. You'll have a hell of a time controlling it. It's nice to have the option to do that if you do get a loose track. But normally I run it around 13, 14 and a half is about the max. Anything over that and it starts getting squirrely. Some of the other leagues, they'll only let you run 13. That's the max. So I have the option. I can adjust it depending on where I am. One thing you want to make sure that you do is keep it as tight as you can to your back plate. The longer that is, the farther away from the axle that is, the more it's going to have a tendency to raise your front end up. And that's something that a couple of the other older pullers taught me when I first started. I didn't know that. It was one of those details that I hadn't considered, but it makes perfect sense. It acts as a lever. It pulls down and it lifts your front end up the further out it is. So I think I've got, look at the tape here. There's my axle. Go on this axle there, and we're around about 11 inches, I guess, from where the hook would hook on. Now that's as close as to the axle I can get with my back plate because of my sprocket. I'm not sure whether you can see it in there. It's pretty dark, but that's quite a large sprocket in there on my final drive. But that setup seems to work well. I have it on my other modified and Sandra's modified. That's the way I've been running it, and it works quite well. It's very cheap to do. All you need are a few scrap pieces of angle iron and some flat bar and a bit of threaded rod. you can do it probably for $20. Those fancy ones that you can buy from Midwest Cub or one of those places, I really don't know. I'm not real sure what they cost, but I really haven't looked. I've seen them at the track. They look nice, but I think it's much nicer that you made it yourself. That's just my way of looking at things. And while we're here at the back end, here's my wheelie bars. This is how I've been making them on all of my machines. I make them removable for several reasons, or two main reasons anyway. One, to save room on the trailer, because that sticks out over a foot, 18 inches or what have you. I need that extra room. And it saves room in the garage as well. So all I did was I took a piece of 2x3 tube, 1/8 wall, and a piece of 3/4 by, I don't know what that is. I think I had to chop it. I scoped it so it would fit inside the tube. I weld that tube on there, or that flat bar on there, sorry. Then I can just slip it on. Put the bolt just holds it from falling off. The flat bar holds all the weight. Then I just buy a cheap 5 or 6 inch little cartwheel from TSC or Princess Auto, wherever you get them. They're like $10. I don't spend a lot of money on wheels because it's not if the sled's gonna hit you, it's when. And when it does, it's gonna break the wheel. You can put a heavy wheel on there, or a real nice fancy aluminum one, and the sled will hit you and ruin it. So if sled hits me and wrecks that wheel, I don't care. It doesn't look horrible. I think it looks okay. And I've actually bent these before. I got hit one time really hard and it bent that tube. So I cut a new piece and started from scratch. And like I say, it saves room on the trailer, saves room in the garage. And I've done all the modifieds that way, and the diesel I did that way as well. One other thing I've done, and I need a wrench to get it off. Sorry about that, folks. I wasn't very well prepared. But anyway, to continue what I was saying, there's my seat, or my seat pan, and underneath, left myself nice little crevice for weights. Now I can't fully take credit for that idea. I saw another older guy pulling, and he had that sort of setup. It's not exactly the same as what he has, but similar. And makes sense, you know. You want the majority of your weight right over the wheels. I can get around 200 pounds in there. So that 200 pounds plus me, I'm almost 250 pounds. So that's plenty of weight on the rear tires. And it disguises it a little. I also have bars out here where I can add more to run in the heavier classes. And I have weights with little pieces of channel welded on. I'm trying to, maybe I have one over here, I'm not sure. No, I don't. Anyway, I weld a little piece of C-channel on there to keep it on. Then I can slide them on. Kind of like so. That way I can run in the real heavy class. Run against some of the car engine mods and whatnot. I'm hoping I can get it up to close to 1,500 pounds total. So there's a few ideas for you, for some of you guys that are looking to maybe build your own. You know, I know a lot of guys don't like giving away their secrets. And for me, a lot of the things that I've done here and learned, I've learned from some of the other pullers. You know, some of it I've learned on my own, but if it wasn't for some of the other pullers helping me out, it would have took me a lot longer to figure things out. And that's what it's all about. You know, it's not just about winning or losing. It's about learning from the other guys and having fun. And, you know, you want to be, everybody wants to be competitive. If you're winning all the time and you don't even have to try hard to win, what fun is that? So that's why I'm sharing this stuff with you guys. Help you out. Maybe get started if you want to build your own mod. Anyway, boys and girls, time for me to hit the sack. Like I've said before, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Leave your comments. I like comments. And bye for now.